Hi everyone. Well, there's been a couple of months of no news updates, so I figured I'd come in now with a new one, as there has certainly been stuff coming down through the wire after a couple of sleepy months in the industry, as we've all gotten back to parks. Carnival Chaos is still due to open at Clifton Hill. While the operators have not officially announced an opening date as of yet, the Triotech Fifth Dimension ride has been announced on Clifton Hill's website and is now gearing up for an opening at some point this summer. When the ride does actually in fact open, we will be there to cover it and give a full review here at First Drop. First Drop had only recently visited Hershey Park and also ridden Wildcat for the first time. And now this GCI original Woody has finally seen its fate sealed and has been much cried and decreed for among the enthusiast community. While the impressions while I was at the park, pre to the announcement that the coaster is due to close in a few weeks' time, no park employee actually disclosed what was up with Wildcat itself, instead acting like it didn't exist, which is curious to know, as if the park could say, replace the identity of this coaster in some manner. There's much speculation out there. There's so many videos on YouTube in regards to this, and there will be many more to forthcome. It's nice to see Hershey being aggressive, however, in their development. It certainly seems like they want to take that park and make it an even bigger destination than it already is currently, with the new entrance area and Candemonium. So it's very exciting to see that possibly RMC might be coming to Hershey. We shall see. It might be announced very soon. Canada's Wonderland has announced the new Lazy Bear Lodge that is finally due to open at some point this summer. While details are now available about the lodge, an exact opening date is still not on the horizon. However, the theming of this massive restaurant attraction does lean towards the later part of the season and a perfect facility to accommodate larger crowds and feed those during, say, a Winterfest and colder times of the year. It will be interesting to see how this restaurant fits into Halloween Haunt, for example. Marineland, once again, seems to be in trouble due to the exhibition of animals in a show not for educational purposes. And while this has been a subject that has been lamented about for many years now on the channel and beyond, it seems it's time to move on from Marineland, at least under its current ownership scheme. While news has come down that the park has in fact been sold, the new owners hopefully can only get in soon enough to correct a lot of the issues that many locals in the area have expressed. What exactly is going on for the future of this park is certainly up for question. There is not much real estate development in the Niagara Falls region, given the difficulties with commuting from that area, say from Toronto. Thus, it doesn't make Marineland a perfect option for, say, the much talked about rumor and much debunked at the same time option of Canada's Wonderland moving from its current location to Marineland. That being said, if Wonderland were to do so, you would still have twice the size of park that you could fit in the area of land that Marineland holds. I'm not saying in no way that Marineland will in fact become Wonderland, but it also seems interesting, while thinking about this situation, that Cedar Fair could just as easily have sold one of their parks and then bought another park on the cheap that they could develop into, say, a smaller attraction while selling some of the real estate at the same time. That's a dream scenario that involves a lot of different parts that I'm not saying is the truth, but at the same time, it's probably the only scenario out there, as SeaWorld has already expressed that they wish to pass on the park, and it doesn't look like any other buyers are out there. Had a theme park chain bought Marineland, it will be interesting to see what could develop. It seems like it's quite a long shot. Stay tuned for a lot of news about this park in the next couple of years as we finally find out what the true future is for Marineland. Another Niagara region theme park is just getting dusted off with its new phase of life, as Niagara Splash World and Amusement Park is announced that their children's area will finally reopen to the public in mid-July. This will be the first ride offering at the park in over 3 years. And while it doesn't bode well for adult fans that wish to go to the park to try out thrills, it does mean that by this time next year, that the park should be back up and running to a somewhat decent operation as predicted by this channel back in March. Thus, no Silver Comet or any adult rides will probably be introduced this season. However, next season and beyond, it looks like there are big plans for Niagara Splash World and Amusement Park. With 3 roller coasters already now on site and possibly more down the pipeline, if the park can build on these investments to the point of having a significant ride offering, it will be great to see what they can put together, if not during the Halloween seasons as well. Look for more news as well from this park in the near future. Darien Lake has been quiet on the scene. Nothing new to report except for the exciting news that Predator has received some Titan track to replace its very rough turnaround section near the lift hill. This is great news to hear, as Predator is definitely, as anyone who's ridden it knows, has needed some work for some time, and that the park is in fact investing in the upkeep and long-term future of this coaster. There's not many wood coasters left in the area, as with the loss with Blue Streak. We can only hope that this means good news for Predator, a relatively decent wood coaster ride if it were smoother. This could also mean, it is a controversial opinion to say it, that the park plans on investing in Predator in the long term while getting rid of Superman and using Predator as part of its higher end attractions. Ronde. No news from Ronde, but look for an update from the park itself in the very near future. Nothing on the wire about anything coming down with this park as far as a new attraction is concerned or any investment with Six Flags. With the loss of V-Pair, the park is long overdue for another new attraction, so there must be something coming down the wire, but what that is still a mystery. There was only, a time, 3 years ago, when any notion of a major park closing was cause enough for any enthusiast to be tarred and quartered online. Now, we are getting these announcements direct from park owners in order to quell the rumors, as Cedar Fair has announced that their park Great America in Santa Clara, California is now been sold. The park will resume operations for several years as part of its agreement. However, you will probably see a very slow phase out of this park over the ensuing seasons, and anyone that wants to enjoy their unique arsenal of thrills should get there very soon. Especially under threat is any of the older and wood coasters on site, which makes this park definitely a hot button item for enthusiasts for the next couple of years. We are living in a new era of transparent costs. That means that we have sobered up somewhat in the post-pandemic era, and with the reality that this park is in its final days is no longer as universally screamed about as, say, the loss of Blue Streak recently. We have grown up as park fans, but sadly, Great America has not many years of growth behind it. As far as channel updates are concerned, look out for another exciting series in America, visiting a few new parks that have not been covered on the channel, including a few milestones along the way. A continuation of some of our most popular documentary series is also just around the corner, along with the debut of a few new Reprofiles featurettes. Thank you for watching this update. Hope you all are enjoying the theme park season. Hang on, only if you're using a GoPro, and enjoy the ride.